Mommy, will you tell me a story?
Sure, what kind of a story?
I'd like to hear a story with a happy ending.
Well... Once upon a time, there was a little boy who lived with his mother, father, brother, and sister. The mother and father were real good Christians who loved and honored God in everything they did. They always took the little boy to church with them, and they prayed for him very, very much because they wanted him to be a Christian too when he grew up. He was a cute little boy, just like you are. Sometimes he was naughty, though. But most of the time, he was a pretty good little fellow. One day, he looked at himself in the mirror and thought, "I'm grown up now. I'm 15 years old. What I need is a motor scooter." Well, he bought that motor scooter. But in a short time, he outgrew that scooter and decided what he needed was a nice big motorcycle. All the tough guys in town owned motorcycles, and he wanted to be just like them. This made his parents very sad because they were afraid he'd get into trouble or in an accident.
Mommy, did he get the motorcycle?
Yes, it was fire gold with all the extras. And now he thought, I can do anything and go anywhere I want to now. But his mother prayed for him. She prayed, "Oh God, our son does not walk with you anymore. Help him to love you and follow you, Lord, as he did when he was a small boy." This boy started getting into trouble. He was in trouble with the police, and one sin led to another sin. But his parents kept praying. One day, he got on his motorcycle, and just a few miles from his home, he had a terrible, terrible accident. A car hit him head on. He was thrown off into a field. The ambulance rushed him to the hospital with the red lights flashing and the sirens squealing. The doctors said he would not live through the night. His mother and father cried and prayed. The next morning, he was still alive. But now the doctors said the only way he can live is for us to take his crushed arm and leg off. Oh, this broke his parents' heart. But they said, "Oh, doctor, do whatever you must do to save his life."
How can this story have a happy ending?
Just listen and you'll see. Many days later, he woke up. He didn't know where he was or that he'd even been in an accident. His mother told him exactly what had happened to him. And do you know what he did?
Did he cry?
No.
Did he want to die?
No. He immediately realized he'd almost died and he wasn't even a Christian. He knew he was going to need God's help for the future. So he called on the Lord right there in that hospital room. Well, after he got out of the hospital, he had to learn how to walk on a wooden leg. He had to learn how to do a lot of things in a new way. But after a while, he was ready to enter college.
Did he study to be a lawyer?
No, God asked him to be a preacher, a Christian pirate preacher.
Mommy, this is the story of Daddy.
Well, you said you wanted to hear a story with a happy ending. So, he became Captain Hook, and God gave him a fine crew to sail with him. You three little pirates. There's a verse in the Bible that makes you understand why this story has a happy ending. It's in the book of Psalms. It says, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes." That means that sometimes the troubles we have bring us closer to God. Well, anyway, they lived happily ever after.